it is very difficult to engage people and persuade them to support what we're doing. What can we do differently? A project team manager, change manager asked me this recently, and I agreed with him. It's always difficult when what we have to say doesn't directly link to people's day-to-day work. Individuals and teams have lots going on. So here are 4 strategies that I find make a difference and that I use with my clients. So the first one is to clarify the why and the what. Who do you want to engage? Not everyone. So be specific. Use audience personas to drill down into what you know about them. Also ask yourself, why do you want to engage them? What is the benefit for you, for the organisation? And get agreement to the answers to these 2 questions across your team. My second strategy is to have clear benefits. So what is in it for your stakeholders? Why should they pay attention? Why should they get engaged? And we need to understand this and be able to explain it clearly to them in language that they can relate to. So if you can't explain it, they won't get it. My third strategy is to conduct a SWOT analysis. Look back at what stakeholders have experienced in the past that might cause them to engage or resist. What else is happening in the organisation that's going to take their attention away from you and what you're asking of them? Identify what's happening now, both in their team and again across the division, the organisation, that will stop them changing, that will block them. Also look at your stakeholders and divide them up into those who are positive and those who are negative. So the positive we call advocates and supporters. The negatives we call critics and resistors. And then there's a large chunk of people in the middle that we call fence sitters. So once we understand whether people are positive, negative or neutral, then we can work out how to use advocates to influence our fence sitters. And then we've got the majority of people are positive and are going to engage with change. And the small number of people who are negative and opposed and resisting will have limited impact. And then the fourth strategy is to introduce stepped communications. So use one of the response hierarchy models to take your stakeholders on the engagement journey that you want them to go on. Usually it's from them knowing very, very little and being negative to understanding all or most and being positive. There are about a dozen response hierarchy models. You can find information about them online and then just choose the one that works for you. It really doesn't matter which one you choose. As an example, let me go through AIDA. So AIDA stands for awareness, interest, desire, and action. So awareness, with the first communication activity, our aim is to make our audience aware of either our whole program or a segment of it. And then our second communication activity is to get them interested. The third is to get them desiring change. And the fourth is a call to action in which they actually change their behaviours. And you can see what we're doing is, first of all, we're working on people's head knowledge, changing their cognitive, and then we're going to work on their hearts, changing their affective, their feelings, their emotions, and then we'll have a call to action to change their behaviours. Thank you for listening. I do hope this has been helpful. Do contact me if you would like to talk through this topic in more detail. I'm also happy to come in and facilitate your teams as you work through this yourselves, or to come in and do some consultancy with you to help you put it into practice. So do give me a call. Happy to have a conversation. Goodbye.